Breaking news potentially on the rumor mill of a new Washington Commanders stadium in DC on the RFK site. According to Axios, the Washington Commanders in Washington, DC will be announcing the new stadium $3 billion bill tomorrow at 11 a.m. Yes, tomorrow, Monday, April 28th at 11 a.m. Let's talk about it. According to Cunit Deal of Axios, a heralded journalist and reporter, DC and the Washington Commanders will unveil on Monday morning a $3 billion deal to build a new football stadium at the RFK site, Axios has learned. He said why it matters. The mega project would jumpstart construction of a new residential and entertainment hub on waterfront real estate. And Muriel Bowser reportedly wants to kick in around $800 million in taxpayer money. The announcement is planned for 11 a.m. at the National Press Club. Two sources with knowledge who were not authorized to speak publicly tell Axios. How does that work when you're not able to put your name on it or publicly speak, giving that kind of information at that point? How does that work? I don't know. But he says the bigger picture, Muriel's office and the Commanders negotiated for months for a deal to bring the NFL back to the nation's capital. The price tag was revealed in media coverage a few weeks ago. The friction point was that it's up to the DC City Council to approve the deal. Many lawmakers oppose sinking public money into a stadium project. And then this made the group chat go into super sleuth mode. And my boy Zach was like, check out Muriel Bowser's last couple tweets. Her last couple tweets. One says, last week we previewed the FY26 budget proposed by announcing big investments in child care and early childhood education. This coming week, I will continue to highlight a budget that I am proud of, a budget that right sizes spending and makes investments in our future. Nats Park helped make the District of Columbia champions, the District of Champions. In 2006, DC made a bold investment of $611 million to build a new stadium on a vacant lot. Today, the neighborhood has over 86 restaurants, 6,500 residences, and 5 hotels. That's what we mean when we talk about a sports economy. I don't know how legit all this is, but the tea leaves are starting to tea leave for me. And it makes sense to announce this. And all I want to know as a fan, keep me out of all of the House of Cards, political posturing and details and council members and lobbyists and stuff like that. I'm here for the fun part. I'm here to see renderings of the stadium. If you're going to announce this deal, I would imagine that there is a slideshow, there's a thumb drive of renderings, blueprints, or a plan, a visual for people to see. Because how the hell do you sell new mega dome in the District of Columbia without a visual or some type of idealistic graphic to show people what's coming? Like, ooh, look at this. It feels like a very empty press conference if there's not something. Maybe that's just the starving fan in me saying that. But if there's an announcement coming at 11, I will be seated. I might as well fire up the live tomorrow just to make sure I'm there in case that's when they debut it. Because an announcement doesn't seem complete if there's not visuals to go along to it. And let me go back to the source who's saying all this. I think his name is Cunit Deal, Cuneyt Deal. I don't know how to pronounce that name. If you know so, put it in the chat. Put it in the comments. I have no idea. But this seems like it's pretty legit and it's pretty substantial. I don't know why I know journalists, they pass along false information, but I don't know why someone would stick their chest out for this, especially when we know we're getting this announcement at some point anyway. So there's got to be something to this at this point. He's a local DC reporter for Axios. Axios has over 676,000 followers. Smart, brevity, worthy of people's time, attention, and trust. Subscribe to our newsletters. It says he's a local Axios reporter, writer of Town Talker, a column about money and power in Washington, D.C. Send me tips to cunit@axios.com. I don't know. Maybe I'll hit him up and see if we can get him to come on stream tomorrow or something. But Jake Sherman, this comes as the mayor is saying she's going to have to slash budgets because the House hasn't passed a fix to the funding bill yet. But it's one thing to say an announcement's coming soon. It's another to say an announcement's coming this week. He said the announcement is coming tomorrow at 11 p.m., put a time on it, said where it's taking place, and Muriel Bowser's last Twitter activities would all but confirm that something's coming this week. So just letting y'all know what I'm seeing on the timeline right now. Didn't even let the Gabe Taylor video breathe because I feel like this is something we need to talk about because we all know the stadium's going to the city. We all know RFK 2.0. We know it's going to be a dome. And we know an announcement's coming before the end of 25 because with a plan that says stadium will be opening and erected by 2030, that means they need to break ground in the next year or so because, DC doesn't have all the land in the world to be building shit. So they need to get on that. In a busy ass city, they need to be getting on that. This is the nation's capital. And fans are finally going to get a stadium that they deserve. It's going to come with a lot of other things, but first things first, we're finally going to get, they're going back to the place where the glory took place. They're going back to the city. They're going back to where public transportation can conveniently take people to the stadium. And it's finally going to be not a dump. This ownership group knows what it's doing. And I promise you, this stadium announcement has dick to do with the return of the name Redskins. All of you Facebook users who find out news months behind everybody else, the name not coming back, that shit is dead, stanking, and the maggots have already devoured the corpse. It's gone. It ain't coming back. It's a distant relative that we lost. They live with us spiritually forever, but it's never coming back. But the vibes can. The team's glory and success is coming back. We're going back to where y'all used to make the stadium shake, except the stadium's going to be made with a lot more expensive material. And we're not going to be shaking this one, but we're going to fill it up. Them prices going to be outrageous, but when you put a state-of-the-art dome in the nation's capital, you already know it's going to be a pretty penny to get in that bitch. I'll be in there during preseason games, when they cut the ribbon, when we host the draft, all that good stuff, yo. Season tickets might have priced a person like me out, but that's what comes with the territory. Anything to not have your stadium raining plumber water, almost killing an opposing team's quarterback, your playing surface to take many ligament soles, etc. There are so many problems with that stadium and getting in and out of the stadium, but it's coming, y'all. It's coming. And word to Cunit Dill of Axios, we're going to be hearing something as soon as tomorrow morning, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please do not be cap. Please do not be fallacy, because I will be up and seated and ready for this announcement from Muriel Bowser, Josh Harris, and company. I will be up. I got a stream plan for one to talk about the draft class, but the draft class can wait. If they announce this stadium tomorrow, and if they show us anything, y'all gonna have to give me some time, because we're gonna get to that draft class later. But when I hear something, when I see something, I'm here to let you all know what is going on. And per Axios and Cunit Dill, Washington and Muriel Bowser will be announcing their $3 billion deal to return the Washington Commanders football team, Redskins, whatever the fuck you want to call them, because you can do so. But that other name is not coming back. They are returning to the District of Columbia very soon. We're going to see if we hear about it tomorrow. That's all I got for right now. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Your boy Rio out.